Welcome back. In 750, the Umayyad dynasty came to its final end. The last Umayyad Caliph, Marwan II, was deposed and killed. Many other members of the family were executed or were forced to flee. Graves of previous caliphs in Damascus were defiled. Instead, the Abbasid family ruled the eastern domains of the Muslim world for 500 years. The reign is perceived by many Muslims and scholars as the golden age of Islam. Literary work, such as the Arabian Nights, a collection of folk stories, perpetuated this myth. The reality, however, was marked by upheavals, even political chaos and invasions. Persians, Turks, the Crusades, and the Mongols forced their way into the Abbasid Caliphate. In this chapter, we shall focus on three questions. Who were the Abbasids? How did this particular family rise to power? And what was the meaning of the political change? The Abbasids attributed their descent to Abbas, one of Muhammad's uncles. The Abbasid argument was that only al-Muhammad, that is, Muhammad's family, can be legitimate rulers. The Umayyads did not meet this criterion, being only distant relatives. Furthermore, they weren't pious enough. The political discord that led to the Abbasid taking control started during the 740s. It was the third fitna, that is, the third civil war within the Islamic community. The Umayyads restored their power after the previous wars in the late 7th century, but the rule was challenged by diverse groups, such as Arab soldiers and settlers in Khorasan, the eastern province in Iran, non-Arab Muslims in Iran and Iraq, and supporters of idea about legitimacy residing only with members of Muhammad's family, although at this stage they didn't define their exact identity. The Abbasid made open claims to power only in the last years of the Umayyad rule. Before that, they campaigned in secrecy, without mentioning their name explicitly. During the political upheaval, they went into the spotlight and took control of the situation. For some of the opposition groups, this may have come as a surprise, an unexpected one, but the victorious Abbasids were already establishing facts on the ground. As-Saffah received the Bay'ah, an oath of alliance in Kufa, southern Iraq, and became the first Abbasid caliph. Though the Abbasids shared a similar ancestry with the Umayyads, they nonetheless present a profound shift in political theory and legitimacy. Let's look at the titles the Abbasids took for themselves and Baghdad, the Abbasid capital, to grasp this change. The Abbasid enacted a new style by adding a regnal title. They used caliph to denote their role as rulers of the Ummah, the Muslim community, and Muhammad's political successors. Upon succession, each caliph adopted a name with pietistic, even millenarian implications, always including the element Allah, God. This was a continuation of the religious terminology from the period of the revolution, albeit in a different mode. Their official titles were, for instance, Al-Mansur Billah, that is, the victorious with the help of God, or Al-Hadi ilallah, the one who guides to the righteous path of God. Such titles include a claim that Abbasid authority is derived directly from him, rather than through Muhammad. We abbreviate the titles and refer to the Abbasid by their appellation, rather than their proper names, and omit the common element. In 762, Al-Mansur, the second Abbasid caliph, established Baghdad and made it his capital. Till the Mongol invasion and its destruction in 1258, Baghdad eclipsed other major urban centers in the Islamic world. The choice to rule out of a new city was political, as it was cultural. The Abbasids settled in Iraq, on the banks of the Tigris, north of Ctesiphon, the Sassanid capital, which in itself replaced centers of earlier Mesopotamian civilizations like Babylon. They also made secondary usage of stones from Ctesiphon as building materials in Baghdad to symbolize the victory of Islam and the supremacy of the Abbasids. Baghdad itself was a walled and round circled city. There were several rings of residence, commerce, gardens, with palace and mosque at the center. This plan reflected the concept of the Islamic paradise. It also adapted Persian urban design, unlike the pronounced Arabic context of the Umayyads. The regnal titles and the particular choices around Baghdad are indications of the changes in political theory, political legitimation, and the cultural identity the Abbasids brought with them. The revolution didn't stop here, though. It extended also to the organization of the Islamic state and regime. We shall talk about this next.